D. Carson CPA with the Sorrow Wheel model. The Sorrow Wheel model is about services, applied research, and outreach. Kind of looks to a macro scale across the model, what we're thinking about. D. Carson CPA, D. Carson CPA Net, and GRL STEM lines working on teamwork, macro, micro, GRL STEM being more the financial, legal, tech into tech frame, thinking about the data to analysis and pathways across technology to teamwork. On the Earflights line, where economics, risk, financial, legal, technology, and social research maps into financial, legal, tech, and teamwork points to the macro levels and to the micro levels. Thinking about the physics, waves, optics, technology, and the end-to-end points, which are a subset of GRL STEM, working with that technical engineering for project management, business analysis, programming, hardware, software, ICT, and other points to line that help to work with the mathematics of reducing financials, legal, tech, and teamwork into compatible frames to help on micro and macro across data chains. Looking at D. Carson CPA with the Sorrow Wheel model, again, that's a macro model of services, applied research, and outreach, but also pushes down to a micro level and to the GRL STEM frame. We're working with the GRL model and the EPC lines. GRL model is quite simply any entity, person, or policy in the economy has a growth, risk, and logistics line, so we put it to GRL frame, and that's our model, our construct model. EPC lines are about every point of value having entity, policy, and community point of value and teamwork. That's the sustainable line of why it happens and why it works. Down here, D. Carson CPA, economist, analyst, financial, legal, tech, data, science, and compliant communication lines to teamwork. GRL STEM, moving over to the micro model, D. Carson CPA net lines, the reduction from D. Carson CPA, economy and policy studies from the ground up to that level and back down. D. Carson CPA net lines will give us the adventure and the chance to look at subset models. There's someone in the background there, please ignore that. That's them doing what they got to do. And over here in the micro model, we've got GRL STEM, which is the reduction of growth, risk, logistics with STEM and the pathways to help on the needs of the economy. Shifting over to the lines under there, we've got D. Carson CPA net, and it's again the micro focus, D. Carson CPA net, micro focus, working out the lines to the economy. We're going to run this again, but I think it's a good start. It's about the balance of data privacy in the modern model, data privacy, open models, and closed models. Now that works in two contexts. Of course, it works in the entity context to how much data will you have open and how much data will you have encrypted, because you need the facility of use of data, which comes with open data, but you also need the wherewithal to think about the controls and what can be open, what needs to be closed for access. So your more personal identifiers, your more private streams of data need to be protected in the stream. And this also has a parallel to larger macro issues. In a macro level, that's kind of the issue, isn't it, of data privacy of the individual? How much open data will we have versus open models to help grow the economy? And so it's the complexity across the aggregate and the micro models to the economy. D. Carson CPA working in aggregate models and micro models to help an entity, policy, and community needs. We can have fall in on the details of the debits and credits, the zeros and ones with assembly to help the pathway lines, as well as to go up to the abstract levels of policy analysis to help make sure that the work we're doing in either direction, from macro to micro or from micro to macro, and micro going down to the sub-levels of each function with an entity and what it's doing, are all working to the best possibility of synergy, not meaning we'll always have exact synergy, but meaning that the model in the aggregate is how do we find energy and synergy within the system to continue moving development and growth by finding the common lines across here. D. Carson CPA here to help on your needs. You find us at D. Carson CPA Net and GRL STEM for best paths to teamwork.